UFC 124 held last Saturday night at the Bell Center in Montreal broke the North American MMA attendance record as 23,152 fans congregated at the home of the Habs to see hometown hero Georges St. Pierre defend his welterweight title against fellow Tough 12 coach and the man he previously beat at UFC 74, Josh Koscheck. Now, during their stint as coaches on the 12th season of the reality show, GSP endured myriad vocal jabs from Koscheck. Well, on Saturday night, St. Pierre responded with jabs of his own. The physical kind. The kind that left Koscheck with a broken orbital bone in his right eye. According to Fight Metric, GSP landed a total of 50 lead jabs and outstruck the AKA product 136-30 en route to a lopsided 5-round unanimous decision. Now, while the story of the bout was GSP's sublime use of the underutilized strike in MMA, something I'm sure vaunted boxing trainer Freddie Roach helped him with, his 50 jabs didn't set a record. BJ Penn landed 81 lead jabs against Sean Shirk in just 3 rounds at UFC 84. Now, GSP is known for his uber-cerebral approach to game plans, and at the post-fight presser, he shed light on the one he used to win on Saturday night.
I wanted to finish a knockout or a submission, and he's very tough, you know, like I closed his right eye, so I was going a lot with the hook and the high left kick because I want to knock him out, you know, standing up. But he's very good, you know, like he's very tough, and my punches didn't land on the target, on this chin as much as I want to finish him up.
As for what's next for the king of the 170-pound division, was now reeled off 8 straight wins, including 5 consecutive title defenses. Dana White maintained that Jake Shields will get the next title shot, and St. Pierre has nothing but good things to say about the former Strikeforce stalwart.
He's a very technical guy. He's a brilliant submission artist, and I like to see him fight. One of the guy I like the most to see fight is he beat up guys at 170. He beat up everyone at 170. Almost everybody at 185. He fight in both weight class. He's amazing.
Now, St. Pierre also talked about the possibility of moving up to middleweight, where fellow pound-for-pound list resident Anderson Silva awaits.
If I go up in a weight class, I'm gonna have to put muscle in. You know, muscle on my body. You know, because I'm going to be too small for 185. So if I put muscle on my body and I go up to 185, I'm going to have to stay in 185. You know, I don't want to go up and down, because when you go up and down, you see what happened to Roy Jones. They messed up the reaction time.
Now, I know Silva's slated to defend his title against Vitor Belfort Super Bowl weekend in February, but with GSP saying he wants to fight on the first event in Toronto, April 30th at Rogers Centre, what about a super fight against the Spider? They could give Shields a few extra bucks to bide his time, and Silva would have to emerge relatively unscathed in his bout with Belfort. Now, Silva is 4 inches taller than St. Pierre with a 2-inch reach advantage, and I think if the fight materializes, it's going to be a case where size does indeed matter. GSP walks around at 191 pounds, while Silva has been known to get as heavy as 215 pounds in between bouts. In talking with GSP's trainer at TriStar Gym in Montreal, Vera Sahabi, he told me the dilemma appears to be putting on the necessary muscle that GSP referred to in order to be a full-fledged 185-pound competitor. There is concern that if he moved up in weight, it would be difficult for him to come back down to 170. As for how I think the prospective dream bout would go down, I believe Silva would have the edge in striking, especially when it comes to power. The last time GSP stopped someone with punches was at UFC 56 in November 2005 when he defeated Sean Shirk via second-round TKO. Silva has shown against the likes of Chael Sonnen and Dan Henderson that he's vulnerable to the takedown, and St. Pierre has some of the best wrestling tailor-made for MMA, so he could get the Spider to his back and try to wear him down with top control and ground and pound. The caveat there is that while both are BJJ black belts, St. Pierre has shown difficulty in submitting his opponents, as was the case in his bout with Dan Hardy in March. Silva, he's pretty good on his back. Now, St. Pierre's last submission win came in December 2007 when he beat Matt Hughes via armbar in UFC 79. Silva has alienated some of his fan base with listless title defenses against overmatched challengers Damian Maia, Talis Latis, and Patrick Cote, and he came within a minute 50 of losing the title to Sonnen in August before pulling out the miracle triangle armbar victory. But the question is, will the two dominant UFC champions clash in the octagon? UFC President Dana White, who doesn't like champs switching weight classes until they clean out their respective divisions, says he's open to making the ultimate super fight if that's what the fans want. It only makes sense that what is expected to be the biggest event in Zuffa history, UFC 131, April 30th in T-Dot features the biggest fight in mixed martial arts history. What do you think? Send us your thoughts to the MMA show at thescore.com, and make sure you join me for more UFC 124 coverage on Canada's Mixed Martial Arts Authority, the MMA show, Wednesday night at 10:30 p.m. Eastern and Pacific, right here on The Score.